I feel that when you volunteer that you always get more than you would ever give.
Good afternoon, Carpenter Shelter.
My wife and I, my wife Renee and I, Sam, got started at Carpenter. We were at our former church, Church of the Epiphany in Washington, D.C., and I would say once or twice a month, we would help feed the homeless.
I've been here for 8 years. I started out volunteering with my neighbor's church.
I've been volunteering for over probably 12 years. Well, the church I attend was very active here, particularly when they were at the older location before they moved here.
I started in 2003. I just saw something in the local paper about the shelter, and I came up to see about what kind of volunteer opportunities they would have.
I just was looking for opportunities, and I found out about Carpenter Shelter through them. I started about a year ago.
There could be classes on healthy eating, those kind of things, because, and I think certainly coming here, that being able to do a meal service or work at the front desk, there's really ways that each volunteer can assess their own talents and gifts and find a way to use those to help somebody in need.
There'll be children's hour, so the parents send their children off to play with the volunteers that come in for them. And then during that children's hour time, the residents will come through and go through a life skills class.
If last night's dinner was baked or barbecued chicken and there's twice as much food as was needed last night, I will personally come in and take the chicken off the bones, cube it, deskin it, and turn it into another meal and freeze it so that that meal is available for another event.
Because of my work at the shelter, that I realized that in giving back, we are able to grow so much in our journey and have a greater appreciation for each other. Knowing that we are all more alike than we are different. There's one story that really touched me. One of the young gals, this has been many years ago now, had asked for a cup of water. And so when I brought her the cup of water, she said, this tastes so good. She said, we've been living in our car and drinking water out of the river. And she said, it doesn't taste as good as this. We all go through periods in our life where we're thirsty. And we just need someone to listen to us, someone to care, someone to know that there is supportive presence in their life.
I can always use volunteers because people leave and people get old, like me.
There's so much they can do around here to help. They can put you to work. Administrative work is no more than coming in and going into the pantry and organizing the food shelves.
There are many ways that you can still donate. Monetary donations are always so important. Even if you're just able to give a little, it can mean a lot to somebody in need. And the shelter just does magnificently with what they are given. They're very good stewards with any donation that comes in the door.
You feel so good about helping others. You say to yourself, gee whiz, look what I'm doing for someone else who's in need.
There are volunteers who help people write resumes. There are summer camp programs through the churches. It's just amazing what goes on here. And you don't think that all that could happen in such a small space, but it does.
The drive is to help others. You get such a rush, such a euphoric feeling about helping others that are in need. The bottom line is you're helping somebody in need. And I mean, even if you say, well, look, I can't participate no more than maybe quarterly or biannually, you still can do something,
I think for anybody who walks in the door, they'll feel the spirit here, the camaraderie, the compassion that we have for each other, and that's contagious, and I think that's something that's worth catching.